Man, you come straight out of a coma. So I wanted to talk about. It seems like a lot of folks are going into their own presentation thing where they're presenting like what's coming out new, like we've seen with D23, like we've seen with Microsoft, like we've seen with Apple. Now Netflix has also jumped on board. Netflix recently had their own presentation where they announced a couple of things that would be coming out. So they premiered the season 2 trailer for Squid Games, which is also that we've learned is going to be the final season of the series. We also got to see another trailer for Arcane season 2, which is also going to be the final season for that one. But some more interesting things that we found out was a couple of castings for Avatar: The Last Airbender. We have finally cast Toph Beifong as well for season 2. We've learned a little bit, of course, about Stranger Things. We also found out a lot of interesting stuff about the second season to One Piece, which is cast a couple of the Rogueworks characters as well. And we got an exclusive look at one of my favorites, Tony Chopper. We got us a brief little image of him in live action. The hat is there, the horns are there. Didn't see the face, just seen him sit at a chair. And already, I cannot wait for the second season to come.
You think that was a Muppet?
Oh, no. It looked like it was CGI. It looked like
it definitely looked CGI.
Yeah,
I was just curious if they're going to go to Muppet route.
And I'm okay with that, though, if they do full CGI. I'm okay with that just because of how they've decorated it. But we also learned that Cyberpunk is going to get another either another season or another show. Not sure if it's a continuation or if it's a totally, completely different show. But one other thing, my biggest takeaways that I was very excited to see was the other trailer to Tomb Raider, and now we're getting a Devil May Cry anime.
Oh, are we?
Oh, can I add one? I want to add one as well. Black Mirror back, nigga.
Yes.
They announced Black Mirror again too.
Yeah. Black Mirror season 7 is coming, and not only is it coming with a star-studded cast, we just found out that Tracy Ellis Ross and Issa Rae is also going to be joining the cast of Black Mirror.
I'm so excited. 7. I love.
Oh, they about to go crazy.
I so love Black Mirror.
I love Black Mirror.
So just from these announcements, I just want to get and Bacardi. Well, Didge, we'll start with you. What are you most excited about from the takeaway of this Netflix presentation?
The Devil May Cry. I didn't really like the last Devil May Cry anime, so it was cool. It could have been better.
Really?
It was cool. It could have been better. So I'm excited to see another shot because I love the Devil May Cry series just as a whole. I'm excited for the Cyberpunks. I enjoy Edge Runner, so if I don't know, like you said, I don't know if it's a continuation or not, but if it is, I'm always here for more Edge Runners. And if it's not, if it's a whole new project, well, you did good with the last one. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that this one would be cool.
Oh yeah, Bacardi, for yourself, what were some of your takeaways from the Netflix presentation?
I mean, it was honestly, the Stranger Things. But Black Mirror coming back really. Like I think we all, if you are a fan of Black Mirror, I feel like that's like a staple for Netflix. So when you see it's like coming out, like you definitely looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those, I feel like it's one of those cult things that you don't know how long it's gonna go, and even how they acquired it and made it such a bigger thing. You know, say a bigger thing what it was. It's like I always wish, like I hope it never. I need to be a series like the Twilight Zone. It just goes on forever because it can just really be one of those things. It's like, to me, I always look forward to that. And it takes a long time. Like I feel like Black Mirror pops up just like the show it really is. Like you just you realize the world is shit in real life, and then there's a new season of Black Mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then here comes a new one. Yep, you're right. You're right. Soon as the world finna go to shit, like, because I think they did that the last time when Trump became president. It was like, yo, Black Mirror about to drop. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a
minute. So I look forward to that energy all the time. So that's really like Black Mirror can't do no wrong to me, fam. Like I'm all day long.
That's same.
Deuce, let me ask you, because I feel like yours was excited for the Black Mirror too. Now, what we did find out is that I know I'm finna say it wrong, and forgive me, but I'm gonna call it the USS Enterprise episode where they were in there. They're bringing that one back for season 7, so we're actually gonna get a continuation of that cast in the actual video game and see what they're going to be doing, exploring in that world. I was going to ask you, and I'm also going to ask you, Bacardi, and Didge. I believe you're also a fan of Black Mirror. With the whole series, what is one episode that you would like to either see a continuation of or basically come back within the new season?
That's a tough one. I'm glad I'm not first.
Shit. Because, all right, so I would 100% want to see more of the world of Nosedive. Nosedive is like when I introduce
I think
people,
Nosedive was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
When I introduce people to Black Mirror, that is one of the first episodes I introduce them to, because especially in this world, I mean, it's all about the likes, it's all about engagement and everything like that. So being able to see somebody like you, how it actually impacts you in the real world if you have a horrible like rating or whatever the case may be, and seeing that spiral, like that was just somebody who was trying to climb the ranks and spiraled down with a whole bunch of unfortunate events, right? But in that world, there's so much more implications to deal with that I would love to see there. I would love to see them explore that more.
Yeah, I mean, and that was because it's so modern day, like we're saying, because of social media and everything, like that really can go with the time. So like watching Nosedive how it was the very simplest of like, you know what I'm saying, likes and everything, but in social media how it is now, with people really being influencers, like you really can just do that. Like someone whose life is that in Nosedive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we saw it from an aspect of somebody who just they're in this like market of like trying to keep things up, but someone who's actually at their top peak of like I'm the pristine in this whole realm, and they nosedive. You know what I'm saying? You can really see what it looks like to be like the top you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we would need, like a nosedive to see the wealthiest in that realm fall. Yeah. I also wouldn't somebody who was just trying to make ends meet and was really more mad, like, why the fuck I gotta do this? You know what I'm saying? I also actually excelled in it and drops. Would be a catastrophe.
Yeah, that'd be fire. I'd also wouldn't even mind too the complete opposite, the hustler version of it. Like starting very low, and it's like, yo, where you see and work out this deal. Okay, bet. Listen, I'm finna be nice to you. I'm gonna give you these points. You give me these points. Hey, you want some of this weed? I'm gonna give you some of it. But bro, put my stuff up to this, and then you start seeing them hustle their way to the top, and then like you said, like they getting this very big high, and then you see the crash after that, and it's a horrible crash. Like you said, like it's a real nosedive to it.
Because I mean, and because it would make, like you said, in that sense, it would really work in that favor, because I feel like in that angle, that's what we all are doing. Like we're really watching a content creator become like hit their peak. You know what I'm saying? In the pitfalls, whatever. That would be wild. That would be a really good episode. But that's how you viewing it though. Like we're seeing it as a social like we're seeing it through Black Mirror, but the fact that you're trying to like you're this into like the way that episode was is just like it was combining both. It was like pretty much saying like, bro, I just made a post, but you right in front of my face. So like, bro, I need you to get on your phone real quick and like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I need you to do this real quick for me. I need to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you would see that from the aspect of what it looks like from a content creator who's really trying. Like, bro, I'm trying to feed my family with this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's that real struggle because it's more personable. Like it's not. It's like
because it's an evil corporation of a whole bunch of niggas that's like, oh, we gonna fuck your shit up.
Right. Ooh, you throwing the algorithm in there? Ooh, now y'all.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that, I can see that as like, because that can really go, because y'all you just, and like I said, because that can go into multiple episodes in different seasons. You're just showing, like you said, a different aspect of somebody else in the social media realm. And then, like I said, I feel like the one that we got was somebody who was really like, you feel like they were just in it. Like I'm trying to do this, whatever, get this job or whatever, but they wasn't really like invested in this whole system and as a, you know what I'm saying, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which I mean, it runs in that same realm where there's certain people who just social media people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's like, Nosedive was great to me because I feel like if you take out the likes and everything, it was what we feel like people are dealing with already when people think about like jobs not hiring you because they can look at your social media and all that stuff. So it's like it is like your presence online and how you are can dictate your life going forward. If people really start looking into your life, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like using that idea, you can show it from so many different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally do the OnlyFans thing where someone becomes like a woman quits her job and becomes like, it becomes more like, now you look at this whole what she's doing in public as more of this like really like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make sure these men take care of me and like and do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a more of a targeted like nosedive episode where it's like a woman and how she gets men through like this whole like how she get her lavish life by having all these men
by
like
helping them.
Yeah.
But also, and I know this episode is a little bit controversial and everything like that. But striking vipers, low key, they could explore that a little bit more. I'm treating it just like Alien. I don't want to see that shit. No, I don't want to see that. Because here's the thing: we just saw two brothers' relationship within it. We don't know who else. There's other people who play striking vipers, bro.
Like, do you want to see the game or you want to see relationships? What you want to see? Nigga, like,
I don't want to hear
more dealing with that game.
I don't ever want to hear nobody say they fucked the polar bear. I don't want to go through that. No.
Like
I know Didge still working on his.
No, I think I figured it out by now.
Like the fighting vipers can work. I feel like if they just did, it don't gotta be fighting vipers, but I feel like Black Mirror should have an episode on like what the metaverse is. You know what I'm saying? Like where you kind of putting people in that virtual reality. Like,
I feel like Striking Vipers, but I feel like Striking Vipers was sort of giving you those vibes. That was definitely this is like, yes, it was all within that fighting game, but this is sort of the metaverse, so to speak, and then dealing with the real world repercussions of that.
And USS Callister kind of like did that too.
USS Callister, my shit.
Callister, they did that.
So Didge, what was yours?
I'm gonna go San Junipero. I think
I like that.
Man, that was so
really
good.
Interesting one.
Yeah. I would love that one.
Especially like the way, because obviously that one was somebody figuring out whether or not they wanted to live the rest of their life in there. But you could tell the story of somebody who, like, even if it's another couple of people who are there and either they're regretting their situation or just living with the fact that they couldn't convince the other person. Like, so there are really interesting stories that you could tell with that one. It'll probably be a little sad, but I mean, a lot of Black Mirror is a little sad, so you just kind of got to deal with
it. Yeah. I like that one. I got two of them. I would love to see another White Christmas one.
Oh, I thought about that.
I was thinking about that one too.
I would love to see that one just because it's still like the investigation thing, and I wouldn't even mind it still picking up with like John Hamm and them like saying like, okay, if you do this one, we'll take the block off where you're not seen as this and stuff. Right. They can also show like where he's on the run from that because people are trying to kill him because he's blocked, and so they know like he's on that registration list. But if you do this, talk with this person, we'll let you off. But it's like that shit is like crazy. Like it's not just being stuck in a room now. It's like some real like, yo, you got to play this whole thing out in order to get him to confess. And then I would love to see.
Wait. Before you go through, just go past that one. Also, the one thing that they didn't explore within White Christmas that we didn't see somebody who's been blocked. Like, let's say somebody's already doing a 20-year bid being blocked. Like, bro, like, how are you as a person after 20 years of being blocked, bro? Like, that gotta be wild.
and that character could do that. Like, not even I wouldn't even go 15 years, like 5. Like, you saw what was about to happen to him just stepping outside. So imagine 5 years of dealing with that.
Boy, that's it.
And it's just So that one, and then Hated in the Nation, the one with the bees.
Oh yeah,
because the one where the dude was sending the bees to kill everybody, and they were making a hit list of it. He survived, and we never figured out like what happened to the dude that did all of that shit. We just knew that detective that we thought killed herself was following him. So I would love a follow up to Hated in the Nation to see where that led to with them tracking him, or what was the next step in his plan.
That was fire.
I love that episode so much because I was like, I caught it early on, and I still enjoyed the journey. I was like, they gonna turn like this is a setup, and everybody who put that name on their list, and when it happened, it was one of those things where even though it was predictable, it still had the payoff that you wanted from it.
The concept was just so good of it. So I look forward to that. And it just seems like with like Netflix is continue to just gear up to do so much dope stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing like what 2025 holds in Netflix. I'm still not buying your premium thing. I'm not paying $21 for you. I'll let you know that now. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And what I don't appreciate, and y'all need to change because it's some bullshit that you Netflix, and I don't care if y'all hear this, Netflix, you are doing classism like a motherfucker. Because how dare you make me get a premium account just to watch Equalizer 3? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, on their very basic plan, there's certain stuff that you can't watch.
You can't watch. Yeah. If you got the $6.99 version, you can't watch it. Like Equalizer 3 was on there. They was like, you have to update your plan to $14.99 in order to watch this. I was like,
that's why this episode is brought to you by NordVPN. You can just
look ass nigga.
This episode is sponsored by Tubi, where you don't have none of these problems. Right. You just might run into a fucked up movie you don't want to watch.
I see your damn homie on the movie real quick.
Right.
Shit.
They're like, when you did this? I didn't even know I did this.
So, Will Pharaoh, that is dog. That is a real life thing that happens to us because a lot of Tubi movies are shot in Milwaukee and Detroit. So you will see a lot of niggas that you know, like
my niggas smashing on one.
Like, Earl, what you in this movie? What you mean? Hey, man, I ain't in no movie. Like, yes, you are.
Nigga, I saw you at your house, nigga.
I seen it. But moving on to more news with that, like we got a lot of announcements with Netflix coming out with other stuff, but we also know like a lot of people are jumping into the movie franchise, rebooting things like we've seen with like Beetlejuice, we've seen with Transformers 1, and and with the success of Transformers 1, we now know too the next